What's going on, guys? Welcome back to RollPlay Vigil. It's been about a month since we've played, so I think everyone here is pretty excited to get back into the swing of things. But first, we got to find out what everyone has been up to. It also revealed that this is a gigantic trap for Mr. Moore because we're all going to watch him build a computer for the next 8 hours. Ryan, let's get to it.
Let me link the VOD. Hold on. It's like a 10-hour VOD.
You're not going to build a new one for us? That was the deal, Ryan.
What are you talking about, bro?
Did
you
you get it yet?
You were gonna send me the parts, and then I was gonna build it. I don't have the parts yet, bro.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That 780 Ti hasn't come in the mail yet.
What are what's the latest on Computer Build 2014?
All right, I'll just like tell everything that happened. So basically, I was like, I'm gonna build a computer, and everybody was really like kind of giving me words of encouragement, which I found out, you know, might be a little bit overstated, but everybody was like, yeah, just buy the parts. It's the best way to go. It's just like Legos, Ryan. Like a 2-year-old could do it. I built one when I was 5 years old, and I was like shitting my diapers. And like, you know, all this stuff was happening, right? Everybody's telling me something like, all right, sweet, I'll order the parts. I ordered all the parts. I had like kind of a mini fiasco where I thought I was getting scammed by Amazon, but it's all good. So I finally like get all the shit together. I put it all together on stream. Most people tell me that like it takes 4 hours. It took me like maybe 10 hours. Finally put the whole thing together. Pressed the power button. Nothing happens. Troubleshooted for like another hour. Couldn't figure out what the problem was. So like, whatever. I went to bed. So then I had a bro come over that builds computers all the time. He comes over to my house. He couldn't figure out what the problem was. He couldn't troubleshoot it. So I'm like, shit, you know, whatever. And so then I just dropped it off at a place. So I dropped it off at like the best place I could find on Yelp.
It wasn't Best Buy, was it?
It was the Geek Squad. No, it wasn't.
I was about to just like kick you off the show and never talk.
It was some other place. I'm not going to give them any publicity unless they do a good ass job. Okay. So, I dropped it off there Monday. They said, okay, we got a big workload. We'll start Wednesday, which was yesterday. So they've been supposedly working on it like yesterday and part of today. Supposedly. And then we will like, that's where we're currently at. But like all the people that said like, it's like Legos and like, I did this when I was 2.5 before I got my first tooth. Like, no, it's not fucking easy. Like, don't let anybody tell you, unless you're like super inclined to doing these things and like you're used to it, then it's not, for somebody like me, it's not easy. So that's where I'm at. That's kind of like the bad news, I guess. The good news is my GIF creating industry is like taking off like no other.
GIF creating industry. What is this?
GIF, GIF.
Oh, GIF. Oh.
Yes, it's taking off like a motherfucker. So I'm like making money hand over fist from that.
What have you created? What are some of your masterpieces?
Just the one. You know the one. Ryan,
you're just laughing too hard.
All right, and that's it.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll catch back in with Ryan next week on the next great GIF that is taking over Reddit / what the fuck or r/.
I'll make another one like next week.
Okay, good. We'll premiere it on Solemn or on Vigil, whichever you want. It's up to you, really.
Yeah, I mean, all over the place, probably.
Choose.
Yeah, probably. What was that, Katz?
Choose. Who do you prefer?
I still haven't heard the first word because your mic's cutting out. What are you saying?
No, nothing. I was just
choose,
Brian.
I think he's asking me to pick which roleplay show I like better.
Oh.
Anything with you on it, Katz, is my favorite. So
there you go.
Default.
There you go.
My bro.
Katz, what's been going on with you, man?
Nothing too much. Just it's been like a month, right?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been. I mean, there's got to have something that happened.
It's been longer than that, hasn't it?
It's been a while.
It's been since before MLG.
Which was the beginning of June. It's almost been 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost 2 months.
At MLG, by the way, Katz tried to swag on me and Mafia and get me murdered, and I got him murdered during the day. I just want to say that.
Oh, it's easy to get me murdered when I'm Mafia, right? I'm the cop. randomly checks me because she sits next to me.
It was just great.
That was like my first Mafia game ever. I thought I was doing fantastic. Ryan didn't trust me. I was deeply offended that he didn't trust me. So that was a good game. That's my my highlight in the last 2 months.
There you go. I guess we're on to the next one. Nothing else, Cats? You haven't gone anywhere? You haven't done anything cool?
I mean, yeah, here and there, but lots of stuff with the team. Let's see, we picked up a Dota team. I casted MLG. We picked up Supernova like yesterday. Picked up Major. So our StarCraft squad is looking really good. I've been playing some Hearthstone, some Dota, some StarCraft. So yeah, it's been a busy-ish 2 months.
Who's your hero in Dota? Who do you play?
Invoker every game.
Really?
Oh my god.
That's okay. I mean, I guess that makes sense because you're used to the high APM.
Yeah. I really enjoy Invoker. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. Are you streaming your Dota too?
Yeah, actually, I'm streaming Dota 2 and Hearthstone. I've been playing a little bit less StarCraft than usual, but I'm still playing every day pretty much. I'm trying to get Legendary with Priest and Hearthstone. I think it's doable, and everyone says it's not. So
I'm trying to as well. The same thing. It's
really?
Yes, I really am.
Yeah.
What
rank are you right now?
Game. Like
I'll show you my pick.
8 or something. I don't know. I haven't been playing that hard.
Oh, okay.
Cool. We'll go check out Cat's stream to watch him try to get that, and also play Invoker all the time, and probably StarCraft 2 from time to time. I guess. Neal, what about you? What's been going on with you?
Dude, my life has been so busy. It's been crazy.
Why? Talk to me. Speak to me. Why?
Talk to you. All right, so I'm doing this Intel GG thing, which, by the way, I'm in the round of 8. And when you look at the competition that I'm up against, I'm actually very impressed that I've made it to the round of 8, because there's a lot of big names out there. So that's been really kind of taken over everything, and been doing a lot of that. Been doing 24-hour streams every week, which is great. Got sick yesterday during my last 24-hour stream and had to call it like 5 hours short, and then slept for 18 hours, which was great.
So you're well rested then.
Oh my god, I slept for 18. Of the last 24 hours, 18 of them have been sleep. So nice. I am in tip-top condition. Oh god, I've got this big 120-hour stream coming up in a couple of weeks. I've got my birthday coming up in a couple of weeks. I just got engaged. Life is very, very busy. In the best way possible.
Oh yeah, congrats on your engagement that Jeff spoiled.
Yeah, I was gonna leave it.
Did he ruin that?
I was going to like make the announcement.
Should we just save that for Solemn? Let's just save it for Solemn tonight.
All right, we'll save that for Solemn.
Because we got to have a confrontation between you and Jeff. It was hilarious when it happened on the show because both me and Marcus were kind of like looking at each other and we just messaged each other. I don't think that was public yet.
No, it wasn't. Well, whatever, shit happens.
It happens. It's all right. I almost ruined Jeff's proposal when I talked about it on State of the Game with Anna. Luckily, Anna was not watching State of the Game that day and didn't have internet for like the next 2 days. So.
Wait, you almost ruined that he was going to propose?
Yeah. Because like I thought it already happened. The same thing that with Jeff, and I was like, congrats to Anna or something like that on State of the Game.
My PC shop's calling me. I'll be right back.
And I think everyone like tweeted at Anna or something like congratulations, but they didn't have internet for 2 days or some shit. I don't know. I got real lucky there.
Wow.
Yeah, I almost fucked that thing up too. So I understand where Jeff's coming from.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, yeah, things have been great. I've been doing a lot of the Intel stuff, and it's still continuing since I'm in the round of 8. So if you guys are watching and want to see, you know, me get successful with streaming and be able to produce the best D&D show you've ever seen before, I need to win Intel.gg. So go vote for me.
There you go.
Well,
cool.
Second best after RollPlay Solemn.
Last but not least, it's Kaitlyn. Kaitlyn, what have you been up to for the past? I can't believe it's been 2 months.
Mostly playing StarCraft. Is there anything else that I do?
You tell me.
Not really. Neal, for your engagement or your proposal shot, how did you get the photographer in that spot without?
I said, don't let yourself be seen and get us some good pictures. And so he just ran around in bushes and trees and behind cars and shit, taking pictures.
Did you notice him?
I was able to pick him out a few times. Lauren had no idea he was there.
That's good. That was my first thought. Well, at first I was like, yeah, that's so great. That's so nice. And I was like, wait, how did he get this picture? Who did
Yeah.
this?
Were you in like
No,
a secluded area, or were there just not people around?
We
or
were
what?
over by if you know the Bay Area at all, Treasure Island. It's kind of out
Okay.
in the bay. It's with
I
a
have
view
a
of the
faint
city.
idea.
Yeah, but there's like this walkway that you can walk along next to this road. There's not a lot of cover, and there were a bunch of people about, which is why we had like this really cool shot set up with like the perfect background in place and everything at the right time with the right lighting, blah blah blah. But there are way too many people around, so then I like abandoned all of our plans and walked down half a mile to where there was no one around, and the photographer just kind of like snuck behind shit and followed us all the way down there. And
Stealthy.
Were you
Yeah.
texting him?
no, not at all. I just trusted that he was doing
Wow.
the job right, and he
Pretty
did.
good, man. I hopefully
Dude.
give him a good tip.
Yeah,
If I ever
yeah.
need to stalk someone, I'm not gonna call.
Yeah, call this guy in San Fran for the stalking. Apparently he's good.
Stephen Gregory photography
There you go.
in San Francisco. Yeah,
Giving him that shout out.
got his shit together.
So nothing else, Kaitlyn? Just playing StarCraft for the past 2 months?
I should have vlogs coming out soon of like E3 and MLG and stuff like that, but I don't know when. And yeah, I worked at E3. It was really fun.
What booth were you working?
I was with Snail Games, which was in the South Wing Hall.
Snail Games?
Yeah. They make Black Gold and some other ones.
Their company's called Snail Games?
Yeah.
Haven't heard of them.
Sorry that it's too lowbrow for you to know of it, JP.
No, I'm interested now.
Oh, they just make Black Gold and some other stuff. And I haven't really talked to Ryan for a while. You know, since our last Skype talk. Actually, you wanted my autograph at MLG, but I wouldn't give it to you.
That did happen.
Yeah, I think that was after the Skype message, so...
No, it was. I think it was before, because. Yeah. Yeah, I kept trying to be like, Kaitlyn, please, and I would approach her with a Sharpie, and she was just like, please, please.
Back of the line, Ryan.
It's those egos. Those egos.
Yeah.
Ryan, what was the word from the computer shop? We need that.
All right,
we need that
so
firsthand
computer
knowledge.
shop just called me. I don't even know what this means, but they said there was a jumper missing from the motherboard or something.
Yeah. It's one of those little like plastic pins that goes on, or plastic little things, probably about 2 pins wide, that goes on something.
So
Are
that
you
was
sure
my
they didn't
problem.
mean Mother Cat?
Mother hat, yeah. There was a jumper missing.
Yeah.
All my parts are great, and so that was it.
Nice.
And now they're assembling it, and I can pick it up tomorrow.
Nice. You
So-
should just go pick it up and say, I'll do the assembling.
No, I'm not gonna fucking do that.
Cool. Well, congrats, sir. I can't believe.
Yes.
That means you either
So-
removed it or it shipped to you without the jumper.
Well,
Yeah, the motherboard was wrecked.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, regardless, we're here to play Dungeon World, so let's go ahead and do that. We got to do a little bit of recapping, though, because it's been 2 weeks. So I actually, before the stream, met with the chat, and the chat helped me remember everything that happened. So we're just going to do a full recap. So we started out, Riley, you met Bongo, Dongo, and Kang after they were unfrozen in this big epic
Wait.
war.
You should wait.
What's up?
The recap should start with last time on RollPlay Vigil.
There you go. Okay. Riley met Bongo, Dongo, and Kang after you guys were unfrozen from a battle that occurred, what was it, 70 years ago? Was that the correct timeline? I think that's
Yep.
right.
Was Ryan Bongo?
Yeah, Ryan, are you Bongo or Dongo? You're Bongo, right?
I am Bongo.
Okay,
KATZ
is Dongo.
Dongo.
Okay.
Yes.
And Neal is Kang. There was a lightning bolt struck into the ground. You went and helped them out. I think you guys fought a troll or something similar to that effect. Maybe it was an Eden, actually, I think is what it was. And then Riley was tasked with following, so they didn't get in trouble and basically just reporting back. On the way down from that hill in the forest, Ryan, what did you guys encounter in the forest that you got your face burn off?
I
I forgot what you guys were fighting.
got my face burned off from like.
Well, that was from Neal.
We were just fighting wolves.
Yeah, Neal did
Well-
like set everything on fire, but I don't know if that was from him or not.
No,
Yeah, it was ghost wolves, I believe, and then Neal set everything on fire, and then Ryan died,
Right.
and Death burned his face
Right.
to get him back to life.
Okay.
Correct.
That makes sense. You guys stumbled upon the town of Esterwick. You kind of walked around the town. I think Riley knew this place prior to you guys visiting and you ended up in an inn. I think the innkeeper told King that there might be loot down in the tomb. Is that why you guys went to the king's tomb?
Yep.
Okay. You went down there. You wanted to loot it. You fought some soldiers. You're not really sure who they were serving at the time. You found the portrait of the king. And then when you moved some mechanism in the center of the room, and that made the painting come to life, as well as the Banshee Queen who came to life. I think you investigated the painting a little bit. I think you got a key from someone, or maybe that was later. Was there anything that you guys got besides the necklace on KatZ where he gets -$1 rolls?
Wow, you remember that?
Of course. The chat always remember. That was the first thing I remembered. Don't forget about KatZ's necklace.
We got a ton of gold.
Well, that was at the very end.
Right.
We still have a bit.
The key was from
you guys went back in afterwards,
Smithers, the janitor or whatever. We killed him.
Okay.
Yeah, the little skull.
Key. Yeah.
And that key was for the center pedestal, right?
Right. But then the queen or the banshee or whatever took it back from us.
Right. So you learned a little bit of information about the king and the queen. Was it the king that cheated, or the queen cheated, or some? There was some cheating on one side.
Yeah, somebody
the king cheated and she killed him.
I think
or
that's
something.
Right. Something like that. Something happened.
What was our starting town called?
Esterwick.
No, it's the one right now.
I don't know if it was just a fort where you were serving.
I don't remember any of the stuff about kings and queens.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we're recapping then. Anyways, you're tasked with finding the king because the king ran away. In the painting, at first you thought it wasn't real, but it turns out it was real. And he had gone on a rampage. When you left the crypt, the 2 guards at the top were actually killed. You're not sure why. You dicked around in town. You went and investigated with the town. I think it was just a regal person that was kind of overseeing everything. You watched the tomb for a little bit, and then you guys decided that you would go to where the statue was originally, which was out in some plains on a hill. You got there. The statue was not there. You realized that there was a tomb down below. You went down in the tomb. This was actually I think this was week 4, which is the latest week. Went down to the tomb. Guys fought a gelatinous cube. Ryan, you summoned your own gelatinous cube, I remember.
Correct, yes. I summoned a couple of them, actually.
You did some... Well, yeah, okay, that's right. You summoned one, and then you summoned another one afterwards, but both died. Right. So when you opened the casket, the door shut behind you, and the air began to... You felt like
it was a tree. It was a Trent.
I did summon a Trent, and then
it
a
was.
cube.
And
that's right.
No. Then you summoned the crab.
Yeah.
And then two.
How do you remember?
That's pretty good memory, KatZ. That is correct. I do remember that. You guys went to open the casket, and it shut behind you, and the air. You felt like the air was starting to run out. And then I think you guys went back into the tomb after the guards had investigated, and you fought 2 rogues down there, or 2 bandits or something like that, and you collected a key off of one of them. And I think you used this key in the crypt in the center of it. And that's when you turned whatever you put it into, 2 eyes opened up on the side of the wall and were just frantically looking back at everyone. And whenever someone would talk, it would focus on them. I think you guys tested that. Then you closed the casket and you left as soon as possible. And when you guys left, there were 3 people. You don't know if they were guards or what at the entrance. And they actually started running away when they saw Ryan's gelatinous cube, which was coming up the stairs. Ryan, you used some crazy lightning spell, which I forgot. Do you remember the name of that? Is it...
Lightning Bolt.
Unleashed Fury?
I do have something called Unleashed Fury.
I think you used Unleashed Fury, yeah, because it's a 2d6.
The one that hits the team as well?
Yeah. If you roll poorly. So you used that, and you ended up killing them, and then we had you roll for the treasure. So here's where you guys have to make a decision. So the treasure that you guys rolled for was rolled incorrectly on my part, in the sense that... No, look, just hear me out.
We forgive you, let's just keep it how it was.
Hear me out. Look, you rolled a 2d20. Or no, you rolled a d20. Typically, you should be rolling a d10. It's based off the HP of the mob that you're looting it from. So here's a choice. You can either keep all the gold, or you can take the normal thing at the best roll, which would be a 10, which would just net you a magical item. You guys can choose whichever you want. I think you're probably going to go for the gold. Just be aware that consequences will probably follow with that.
No, let's get the magic item, guys.
Wait, whoa. You're saying if we take the 20, you're going to DM punish us?
I'm not going to DM punish you, but there's going to be stuff that happens because you're taking the gold in the story.
No, let's take the magic item.
So
Who cares about money?
I'm not. Don't consider it a punishment. Consider it the fact that you just picked up like a fucking fortune, and people are gonna realize you picked up a fortune from someone.
Guys, the magic item is better than gold. What are we going to spend gold on? We can't get better equipment.
Mini magic items.
Can we buy magic items in this world? We don't even know. Would you? I would
Are we
rather buy.
discussing in character.
I think we're talking out of character right now because.
All right,
I
in
would
character,
like to-
guys. Let's get the magic item. It's going to
not
be
like
way more useful.
In character, there's both
Who made
things.
this suggestion to us though? In character.
Magic item is better than gold.
I would like to know what the magic items would be.
I can't give you that information.
Gold.
Item.
The item
So
will
what
be
are you
worth.
$1
It'll
million.
be so. Our
The
choice
item will
is-
be good.
Our choice is either 500,000 gold or one magic
It's not
item.
500,000. You were given around 52,000 gold coins exactly. Well, exactly.
Okay.
What
Since we
are you going to
probably
spend
keep-
all this gold on?
Here's a question: do we still get to keep the bottomless bag?
No, it comes with the gold.
What?
Oh. So,
Since we-
gold and a magic item versus a magic item.
But you know that it's a bottomless bag. The other item that you get will be worth it. I just haven't decided on what that is yet.
Oh, so you don't even know.
want,
I have a
ring
list of items
smiting
that I will give you,
touch and somebody dies that I look at. And
Magic
unlimited
item better than
uses.
gold, guys. How
Can
much money
you-
have we spent in this campaign so far?
Neal,
Zero.
I think- I
because
think
we don't
you're-
use money.
I think you're afraid of the consequences.
Fuck I'm not afraid of the consequences. In roleplay Solemn, you guys
Here's
are
what we're
so
weighing.
wealthy and you don't spend it on anything. Money is useless if you don't
But that's
spend it.
'cause there's
Magic
no-
item is useful.
Dude, okay, look. Magic item plus 52,000 gold or magic item. The scale
No,
is-
no, a bottomless bag is not going to be that useful compared to whatever the hell JP is going to give us. Come on, guys.
Can we hide dead bodies in a bottomless bag? Like we can hide
Absolutely, we can.
unlimited
anything
dead
that
bodies.
anything that fits inside the opening can go in there.
So we just chop them up.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can. Yes.
No
How
one will
big?
know
I mean, if the
anything.
bag only opens to this big, how are you going to fit someone's leg in there?
You don't know how
Chop
big it
up
opens.
More.
How big is the opening of the bag, JP?
It's enough to get gems and coins inside of it.
Hip, you won't ever be able to get a skull in there or hips in there or, shoulder sockets. You're not going to be able to put a full body in there unless you, grind it into dust.
Oh yeah, we
Come-
can have the bodies doing that.
How magic item? Come on, how are you guys not even... How is this an
All
argument?
right, let's vote. This is a democracy, so let's just vote.
No, it's not.
Oh
Do you
my
want to do
God.
a private voting, or do you want
I'm
to make
actually
it
going to
public?
create 2 email accounts so I can vote twice per day.
per day? Make sure you use _1UP as well.
Yeah, koibu _1 up.
Neal sounds very passionate, so I have to side with Neal.
Magic item!
Passion
I
drives.
I vote magic item. Not magic item, gold. Sorry.
Oh.
Real
I
passion
vote the
will
gold.
get you.
Cats, if you make it even, we're going to leave it up to a D100, 50-50.
Here,
Can
let
we
me...
just-
Cats, give me a chance to convince you, okay? Let me try and explain this. If we have 50,000 gold, we can do all sorts of fun stuff with that, but really not that great of stuff. We're mostly going to be carrying it around, continuing on our adventure, because it's a story-based game, right? We're not going to, ignore the storyline that we're on and just go spend 50,000 on strippers and hookers. And if we do, we won't actually be able to get any enjoyment out of those strippers and hookers. We're like, yeah, my character got
Your
laid.
imagination.
Awesome.
Okay,
I'm
so
just saying, a magic item will help us achieve all of our goals.
here's what I think.
We'll be more
With the
powerful.
gold, was it 52,000? Can't we buy a city with that? I thought it was 500,000. But
It was 60 gems priced at 800 coins each and 3,000 coins. I wrote it all down and triple checked.
Yeah, so we have to exchange those gems.
and the magic item, who gets it? Neil, it's one magic item.
We'll have to decide.
How
whoever-
will we decide?
It depends on what the item is.
Well, there's 2 mages.
If it's like a rod of lightning, I could be persuaded, perhaps, to go magic item.
Is it a gold-plated horse?
So, if I say magic item, it's tied?
If you say
Let's leave
gold,
it up
it's
to-
tied. If you say magic item, it goes magic item.
Then I'll say gold so that there's a roll for it.
All right, JP,
Exciting.
roll.
All right.
Well, we call 1 through 50.
Okay. Then, well, since you guys called it first, I guess I'm making this roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so 1 to 50, you guys take the gold. 50 to 1 or 51 to 100, you guys get the magical item. Is everyone in roll 20? I only see 2 people.
Go team
I'm in
Neal.
there.
Popping in right now.
Me and
Okay.
Riley are in.
I'll wait till Neal and KatZ jump in real quick.
No, team Neal, letting us down.
The item is a
I'm
bag
here.
of infinite
Here.
gold.
Yeah. There we
The
go.
item-
See?
All right, I'm rolling. Here we go.
Go team Neal.
Dongo's not in here. Dongo's not in here.
Okay, I'll wait for Dongo then.
Team Magic Item. Come on, Team Magic Item.
There we go. Dongo's in.
Guys, the chat is wondering if I really wanted to decide it this way. I don't actually care either way. 62, you guys are
Oh,
getting
magic item.
Neal!
Yes, I wanted the magic item.
Yes.
Now I need to figure out what this
Tell us
magical
about
item will
this
be.
lightning item.
Yeah, this lightning horse.
It's
Yeah,
a
the
gold
shadow
horse
rod.
named Ben Affleck.
It's a ring that doubles the effectiveness of all fire things. Wonder who gets
Who
that?
should get that?
A lot of these are pretty cool. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to give you.
The coolest one. The one that splits in 4.
The one that splits in 4.
You each get a ring which can summon a captain from this planet.
All right, you guys notice on the bandit in front of you, or the person in front of you. Bandit was what type of mob it was. That he has on the inside of his cloak. It seems to be shimmering. Is kind of the moon hits it. You can notice that it has some sort of magical effect to it.
I examine the item.
Oh no, already grabbed it. Sorry.
Regardless.
I still examine. I mean,
Yeah.
you can be holding it. That's fine.
As you examine the item a little bit more, you notice that the inside has little specks of stars, what looks to be stars, kind of strung about it. On the outside, it looks to be like a completely normal cloak. Nothing interesting, nothing important on it. But on the inside of it, you notice these stars. It seems to be quite flashy, made of some high-grade silk. And it looks like it can adjust to whoever is wearing it.
Is this a cloaking cloak?
Put it on.
Okay. I put it on.
Yeah, you have a cloak on you now. Nothing too crazy is happening.
What about anything somewhat crazy?
No, it just
No?
seems you feel a little bit warmer because you have a cloak on.
I run around. I jump.
Yeah, you run around and jump the cloak. Kind of weighs you down a tiny bit because you have a cloak on. It's catching the wind, but you don't notice anything.
I say cloak. I turn it around. I'm like, okay, I guess this is just a flashy cloak.
It's got to be more than a flashy cloak. Put it on.
Why?
He is wearing it.
Try and hide in the corner. Let's see if you disappear when you try and hide.
Okay, I run to the corner and try to hide.
Okay, you run over to I don't know what corner you're running to. There's only a couple of trees around. I guess you run behind a tree, and you try to hide. You guys see, you're a gnome, right? So you see Dongo's stomach peeking out on one side of the tree. He's not really well hidden.
Try and hide, Dongo.
I don't think it's working, buddy.
No, it's not.
Okay, here, you try to do something with it. I pass it on.
Who did you give it to?
I think you gave it to Neal.
Muted.
While they're doing
Okay.
it, I begin somberly hiding the body.
You're muted, bro.
Who's
No,
muted?
cats.
KatZ is muted.
Okay.
Caitlin, you're also really quiet.
Okay.
I start hiding the bodies. I
Okay.
start putting them back into the crypt.
Okay. Yeah, you have no problem dragging the bodies back into the crypt.
Be really nice to hide them in some kind of infinite space bag if we had one.
I've always wanted one of those.
Have you though?
Just recently, I guess.
By the way, is my ooze still alive?
No, if you remember, your lightning actually destroyed it when it was coming up
Okay.
the ramp.
I do remember now.
in terms of setting and everything, it's about midday. You guys are at the tip of this hill where this statue of the king was sitting on top of the crypt where you went down. The sun's out. There's a couple clouds in the sky, but other than that, you're out in kind of the farmland or the plains. There's really not too many people around you. A couple of people just walking by with certain wagons, but they're not paying you guys any attention for the most part.
Kang, cast a spell.
What sort of spell do you want?
Oh my god, he's a human.
Okay, I will create my burning brand. Oh yeah. Also, I changed to a new character class.
Oh yeah, that's right. We should
did?
probably
Yeah.
tell you guys that. Yeah, Neal changed to is it Immolator?
An immolator.
Yeah, so nothing too major. He just got some proper spells. It was to fit his prerequisite for Vigil. Because the other one was kind of just like not really something he wanted to
Are you still Kang the Lizard Man?
I'm
He
still
is.
King the Lizard Man, and I'm still a fire magic specialist. I've just changed from one type of fire magic specialist to another. One that fits a little bit better.
Yep.
Okay.
Are you still gonna
There's
hurt
a
us?
cloak of change class.
Okay.
What's the main difference?
His spells are
Immolate
just different.
versus, yeah. I would
So he
like
has different
to
abilities.
create my burning brand. So that's a roll plus con.
Your
so
con's
D,
pretty high.
Is it what,
The-
2d6 plus 10? No, plus 2.
Do you no longer create fire with your hands?
I do still create. Well,
You can
I have
hold
a
it there
burning-
still?
a burning brand, a weapon of pure flame. So, yes, I still create fire with my hands.
Damn it.
So you got a 10 plus. What does your ability do on a 10 plus?
On a 10 plus, choose 2 of the following tags. The weapon always begins with fiery, dangerous, and uses 3 tags. Each attack with the weapon consumes 1 use. So the tags are fiery, dangerous, and 2 more, which are, or 3 more, which would be. No, I get to choose 2 more. Okay, I don't know.
Total of 3.
Sure. Hand, thrown plus 1 damage, or remove the dangerous tag. So I'm going to create hand fire right now. So it's fiery, dangerous, and hand, and it does D8 damage.
Okay. You have fiery hands that are on fire. What are you looking to do with these?
I don't know. I look and say, what do you want me to create fire for?
I just wanted you to cast a spell, see if the cloak enhanced it or something.
Doesn't seem to be working.
I will.
I'm going to try
spout
broad.
lore. Why haven't we spouted lore, guys?
Yeah.
Good question.
Spout lore. You're
Spout
spouting lore on the cloak.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Roll a 2d6 plus int.
I forgot what my int was.
It is 18 plus 3.
Oh wow. Okay. So that means
2d6 plus 3.
got him.
You got to slash roll. It's been 2 months. Okay, you rolled an 11. So on a 10 plus, the GM will tell you something interesting and useful about the subject relevant to your situation. So you start to look at the cloak and you mess around with the inside of it. You feel the silk seems to be material you've never really felt before. It's silk, but it's of something completely different. It's way too fine and way too out of place to be on someone such as the person you took it from, who just seemed to be an ordinary, simple bandit. In terms of what it does in that, you don't really learn anything about it. I will remind you, you also do have an identify spell as a wizard.
I'm not a
Perhaps
wizard,
one of the 2
but I
wizards
do have
use
the
identify spell.
Yeah.
Do I
How-
have the identify spell? Someone has it.
I probably have it.
Or okay.
How long
Then-
does it take, JP? Does it take the full 8 days or whatever plus reagents?
No, I think it's a lot easier here.
I'm sorry, what? No, it doesn't.
Okay.
You didn't roll a 10 plus. I gave you the wrong stat. That was my bad, but whatever. It's still plus 1 compared to plus 3. So you rolled a 9. I still gave you the same information. You have
I
identify
trust-
though, Ryan,
All right, give it to me.
as a. Where is
Here
it on
you
your
go.
sheet? Do you have it opened up, or do I? Need to look it up?
Yeah, but I don't know if I don't remember if I took it.
I mean, you can wait a day.
Today.
You don't have to identify it today.
Okay. I have detect magic, right?
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
think
if
that's
it's,
just a normal thing.
I don't think that I have identify available to me. All I have is detect magic.
You have more spells than just those 2 sheets, if you remember correctly.
Like a
If-
lot more,
if-
but I think identify might be on mine. I can't remember.
If you're telling me I have identify, I'll do it.
I'm pretty sure you do. You should
Okay.
always have your character sheet when we play. It's a good thing to have.
I
for your
have
character.
mad spells, right? Like I'm looking at all of these spells and I control.
don't
F,
see identify in them?
No, I have detect magic.
Let's see.
We're all level 4, right? But
You are.
I'm pretty sure I'm 1 XP from level 5. That's a pretty important thing. I remember.
Okay, if that's what you wrote down, that's fine with me.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking for the spell for Ryan. So while I'm doing this, what are you guys doing? You're sitting on the top of this this hill. Riley has dragged these bodies back down into the tomb. Again, no one's giving you any. No one's looking at what you guys are doing. They're all just going about their day.
They're all the bodies are cleared now, right?
Yeah, you pulled the 3 bodies down into the tomb,
All right.
down the stairs. You'll need some help with the top of the tomb, like putting it back over the entranceway if you're going to move it back. But apart from that, no one. There's a couple blood stains on the ground, but no one's going to think anything different of it.
All right. I call it King, and I wave him over. Hey, King.
What?
Help me put the tombstone lid back on.
I help her.
Okay. You guys struggle at first, but eventually you get the tombstone back over, blocking the entrance down into the crypt.
I'm praying to my god Cobblepot to try and get me some more information on this cloak. So that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Ryan, what are you up to?
I guess I'll cast like detect magic on the cloak because we don't know if it's magical cloak or not.
Sure. What does it look like when you cast detect magic on the cloak?
I'm kind of like waving my hands over the cloak like this, and like little tiny sparks of lightning are coming out from my fingers, but nothing like crazy.
Okay. Is there a roll tied to that? What does it say? Let me look it up real quick. The GM. Yeah. Okay. You just cast that. There's no roll.
Sweet.
So yeah, you get a very, very strong sense of magic coming from the cloak, but you're not really sure what is magical about it other than it is magical.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on with the star side out.
Okay. You put it on with the star side out. It fits a little bit uncomfortably because that's not how the cloak's supposed to be worn, but
Oh, is it not like reversible? All right. When it feels uncomfortable, I'll put it star side in.
okay.
They didn't make
Yeah, it
this one
looks
reversible.
fashionable.
I feel like reversible cloaks are a thing. I don't know. I'll go check and see what the rest of the party's doing, hiding these bodies.
The bodies have already been hidden. Riley and Kang close the tomb, and you see your brother in some sort of prayer nearby.
I'm ready to continue on when you guys are. I don't think we should stand around here for too long.
I think we should.
You know what? You're right.
I think we should go try and figure out what this cloak does.
Yeah, well,
Or find the king.
Or both. I think we should do
Both.
both.
well, either way, let's go. Let's go back into that town.
Did we learn anything from coming here about the king's whereabouts? We know that weird statue's down there, but I feel like we're lacking.
Yeah, that statue was looking at us, so it might have been the king himself. I think it's his eyes that were seeing us down there.
It might have been.
Yeah, we didn't really learn anything.
Perhaps we should recuperate and then could just come right back.
Perhaps that would be wise. Or what about this little area? There are some houses and stuff here. We could go and ask where they think the statue went.
Yeah,
They must know a little bit more about the king.
Yeah.
Is there a town nearby?
There's farmlands. I mean, you see a couple of buildings around you. It looks like people live there, from what you can gather, or would live.
Yeah, I
there.
remember from the painting, because there was like the faceless people in the painting, right? Those houses, except in real life, right?
Correct.
Can I spout lore about the area, about the town?
Not really. But I mean, what are you looking for? You don't need to roll for it.
I want to know, like, would they be people who would know about the king? Are they friendly to magic users? Things
I mean,
like that?
the site is very well known by people all around. It is the site of where their king was buried, so everyone knows where it is and knows everything about it. In terms of if they're friendly to people that use magic, magic's pretty common for the most part in this world. People might be a little bit discouraged by it or maybe afraid of it in the sense that they just don't want to mess with it, but they're not going to just say turn around or try to get you arrested or anything like that.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
You guys are going to just talk to someone?
Yep.
Okay, you walk down the hill a little bit. You see a couple of wagons passing by. Just look like normal, ordinary people. One of them's carrying a lot of wheat in the back. You see some other one with a ton of corn in the back of that one. Looks like they're just collecting everything at the end of the day and taking it back to their respective houses.
Is there somebody like outside or?
I mean, there's someone that's driving the carts. They're not automated.
No, I just mean like outside, like, you know, whatever, tending the field or whatever they would be doing.
Yeah, you look around. You see a person with some sort of tool sitting there digging at the ground. Looks like they're preparing the fields for plant.
I will go up and introduce myself.
Okay.
I am Bongo. Bongo Grimgear. Hello.
It's an older man. He turns to you and he goes, "Yeah, what do you want?" And he keeps on digging.
I kind of describe the king to him and ask him if he's seen somebody like that in the area.
He stops digging and kind of puts all of his weight on the shovel and leans forward a little bit. Looks like he's thinking. He goes, "Well, I saw him a couple of years back before he died, but since then, no, he's been dead for a long time, sir."
Okay.
You from around these parts? Everyone knows that.
Not really. No, I guess I didn't know that. I just wanted to know, but thank you.
Let's see. Do you have any idea where the statue of the king could have gone then?
He goes, "The statue." And you see him turn around and look back up at the hill. He goes, "Statue's right there. I can see it. You guys, it's right there." "What do you mean, where's it gone?"
Look, is there a statue?
You guys don't see a statue.
Go touch this, please.
Oh
Sorry.
my
Go touch the statue, please. We cannot see it.
I'm not doing it. I'm tending my field.
I
I'm not
will
gonna-
give you gold.
He immediately drops
Oh.
the shovel and starts walking up towards the statue. And he's just like, "Well, this is the weirdest request I've ever had. I'm gonna touch this statue." You see him. He goes up and touches
I
it.
follow him while he does it.
I try and climb the thing that he's touching. Like
to climb it.
I try and like grab, like find places to touch the thing, and then try and climb on top of this invisible thing that I cannot
Sure.
see.
As you see him like put his hand out, it stops, but it stops in midair. You're not. It looks like he's just not touching anything. It looks like he's just touching the air.
I go and touch near where he's touching.
Yeah. Your hand just goes through it. As it does, he kind of pulls back. He's like, "What's going on here? What is? I want my gold right now."
Okay, I pull out one coin and hand it to him. And as I do so, I try and push my hand through his to see if I can like phase through him.
So you're like trying to grab his hand?
No, I'm trying. I'm working under the assumption that I am like a ghost and I can move through physical objects. So I'm going to try and like push my hand through his hand as if they don't.
Okay.
You know, as if it's an illusion.
As you put the coin in his hand, it rests. But then as you continue forward and try to touch him or put yourself through him, he actually just turns into like a wisp of air, and he's no longer there in front of you guys, and the coin drops to the ground.
Okay, that was weird. That was weird.
Guys?
I run
What?
up to the wagon that was
I
going
pick up my
by
coin
us.
and put it away.
You pick up the coin. Riley runs down down to the hill to the wagon.
I follow Riley.
And I just jumped out in front of it and I asked them to halt.
Okay. The person in the wagon looks down and she goes, "Get out of the way! You see her pull the horses. You're in my way. Let me through."
I run up to the side of the wagon and I just I grab onto her wrist with my hand and I say, "I'm sorry, miss, I have to do this. 1 second, please."
She kind of you see her a little bit hesitant as you get closer and closer, and she starts screaming, and then as you go to grab her wrist, you see the same thing as you grab her wrist, and she just turns into kind of it's almost is like water vapor rising or steam rising. It just kind of floats away and swirls away.
What about the wagon?
Wagon is still there.
I grimace and I go and I touch the
loot.
horse, one of the horses on the hindquarters.
Yeah, as you go to touch it, it wisps away as well.
No.
I try and loot the wagon
Okay. What are you looking for in particular?
so I can get in the wagon.
Yeah, you're walking around in the wagon. You have a hard time climbing up due to your height, but you have no issue eventually
Okay,
getting up on top of
Do I
it.
see anything valuable?
No, it looks to be just a bunch of. This is the wagon that was carrying a lot of the wheat. There's no.
And corn, right?
The
I'll
the
grab
wagon with
some
corn is
corn.
behind it. There,
Oh.
you hear a bunch of loud voices behind, people saying, "Get out of the way, move."
Okay, so I go there. I'm like, "Hey, what's up, fellas?" And I go and I just charge and I jump on top of them, jump into them.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of sit back and judge the distance it's going to take to jump, but you think better, or you think you're going to be able to make it, and you end up jumping. You're jumping straight at these people.
Yeah, the horses and the people.
Yeah, as you jump straight towards them and eventually make contact, you go straight through them, and they're being whisked away once again into the air, and you slam into the carriage.
Okay, I go in and get some corn and start eating corn.
Okay, you grab some corn from the back and start eating the corn.
Is it
I walk towards.
It's like corn on the
Raw-
cob. It's still in the
raw-ass
husk.
corn?
Yeah, it's raw as corn. It's not cooked or anything.
That's not good, bro.
This is delicious. Hey, guys. So the people disappeared, but the corn is real and the wagons are real. So it's kind of weird because they're not really illusions. They can, at least the horses were pulling the weight of the wagon, and they must
The
have
horses
somehow
weren't real
harvested
either.
this. Exactly. So how were they pulling this weight?
Or maybe we're killing them. Maybe something awful has happened to us and we kill just animals
Right, Riley.
on contact.
Riley. Put your hand in the air like this. I high five her.
I have to know, so I put up my hand.
Okay, you're high fived by King.
Damn it. Okay. We're all real then.
Or we're all.
His hand is really cold and scaly, and Riley's hand is really warm and soft, much like any other human's hand would be.
Disgusting.
It is a little bit jarring to you. You're not used to
Do you
that.
have to sunbathe, King?
Your hands are so soft and warm. What's wrong with them?
Are you really cold-blooded?
Well, what do you expect? I'm a salamander.
I never see you sunbathing.
Of course not. I have very fair and delicate skin. I get burned easily.
I guess that makes sense.
The people behind you and the wagon behind you carrying the wheat or whatever jump out. They're making a loud noise. This is a third wagon, and they're starting to approach you, Dongo, in the wagon with corn. They're like, "What's the big deal here? Can you move your shit so we can get through?"
Did you just say I made your friends disappear by simply jumping through them?
He looks at you and he doesn't really understand what you're saying. He's like, "What are you talking about?"
I would like for you to think really hard and tell me why. Is there more than one person?
There's only one approaching you. Someone had to keep the other wagon. He's holding the horses steady.
Why
stable.
I am able to do this. Now, I am a shadow cleric, and I could kill you really fast. So I'm not here to negotiate with you. Let's walk back to your friend really quick. Follow me.
He looks at you and he goes, I'm not going anywhere with you, mister. I'm sorry to have disturbed you. You have a good day. And he starts kind of hastefully walking
Wait,
back.
before you go, sir.
No,
before
he's
you
not
go.
going anywhere.
Do you
He's
see a
blocked.
statue over there?
He does not answer you, and he's even moving faster when you start speaking to him, King.
I chase after him and leap onto his cart.
Okay. You chase after him. You have no problem catching up to him. And you leap onto his cart?
Yes.
Okay, you leap onto his cart. Is there any particular spot where you're trying to leap to?
Any place where I can just be with him so he can't run away from me. You know, I'm just trying to...
So you're just trying to tackle him?
No, I don't want to tackle him. I want to be on his cart so that he can't run away from me. So that he'd actually, like, if he wants to run from me, he'll have to get off his cart and walk away.
Oh, so you're trying to beat him to his cart?
Yeah. I just want to be in a position where I can have a conversation with him and he won't be able to, like, just leave.
Can you give me
I just want to talk to you.
Can you
I just want to talk.
Can you roll against your dex real quick to see if you beat him?
He's just not returning any of my calls, and I think it's really unfair, and if we could just talk, it would be okay. If I could just explain to him what's going on, everything would be fine. 6.
He gets there a little bit before you do, and as you are hastily trying to run into the same position he is, you end up brushing up against him and causing a little bit of ruckus. And as you do, you end up touching him, and once again he wisps off. The guy that was sitting in the wagon still to the right of him looks at you, and his eyes are just wide open, staring at you. You see him shaking a little bit. You see a couple bits of some sort of liquid drip off in the front of the wagon.
Wait, liquid's dripping off of the wagon?
Well, from where the person is sitting.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, I start climbing onto the wagon and sit next to the remaining person. Excuse me, sir.
He's like, what? Do
you see that statue?
You see him turn his head. He's like, yeah. I see
Wait a minute.
I'm
I'm still wearing the cloak, right, JP?
You are.
Why would you care about
I
this
have the
statue?
cloak.
Do you have the cloak now?
Yeah.
Did you take it back? Well, it doesn't matter who has the cloak.
Because I
You
tried
took
to
it off
identify.
me?
I was going to identify it. Whatever. I can give it to you.
No, that's fine. I just want to know if I'm wearing it or not. Okay. I say, sir, why do you keep disappearing from me?
He goes, what? Not. What do you, I'm not disappearing from you.
Your friends disappeared, and I have a feeling if I were to touch you, you would disappear.
He goes, well, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
I won't.
Puts his head
Year. What
tell
year
me.
is this? I'm caught up with him.
You see Bongo walk over and interrupt you, asking what year it is, and he looks at you and tells you whatever year it is. I don't know what year it is in this world.
But it's the same
Is
year
it the
that-
actual?
Yeah, it's
Right,
the
it's
correct
the same
year.
year?
He tells you it's 18, or it's 826, and that is the current year. And now that is canon.
So,
Okay.
do you see that statue over there?
He goes, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I see it. I see it. He's kind of like slowly like backing up further into the corner.
Tell me what you know about this statue.
He goes, well, that's where King Wick was buried about a year ago. What? You don't know what that is?
We cannot see it. It has disappeared from our vision.
He goes,
As has everyone we've touched in this town. I poked one of his horses.
one of his horses. The horse in front of you wisps off as you touch it. The guy is really shocked by this. He actually, as you do this, and he sees his horse just wisp off into the air, turn into basically sand, as it were. He immediately gets out of the wagon and starts running.
You fool! We could have asked him so many questions. Why did you have to scare him off like that?
We could catch after him. We were asking him questions. And he
How
got
are we going to
freaked out.
catch him? If we touch him, he'll run. He's gone now.
That's an excellent point.
All right. So clearly, Actually, maybe this cloak will let me interact with these people.
Yeah, why haven't you identified this?
Yeah,
cloak?
the cloak of interacting with people.
It has nothing to do with it.
The cloak of the spirit world or something. I don't.
Dongo, you must identify the cloak.
I do not have the identify spell.
Bongo, you must identify the cloak.
That spell, I believe, does not exist in our world.
I'm looking
I thought
real
we
quick to
Does.
see.
I thought it.
I thought there was an identify spell, but
There
it
is an
might
identify
just,
spell for wizards.
it should be
I played
there.
a wizard. There is an identify spell for wizards.
Is it for wizards?
Yeah, it has to be.
Please,
I don't see it in the
me
book.
to the page of where it is.
That's what I was looking for, man.
Which
that's
page?
cleric.
Show me in my magic book where it is.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure out like how you're even supposed to identify stuff, unless it's just supposed to be spout lore, which is really lame.
It should be on the wizard character sheet.
Yeah, that's where I'm looking right now. If anyone in chat wants to clarify, feel free. Invisibility, alarm, unseen servant, light, contact spirits. Vision through time, cage polymorph, summon monster, shelter, true seeing, dominate. I don't actually see it. There's got to be a fucking identify spell in this game. Otherwise, how the fuck are you supposed to identify shit?
I was almost sure I read there was, or maybe it's in the Bard, or
Yeah,
'cause
I was just yelling
remember
at
reading
Adam.
about it. Yeah.
Everyone's just saying call Adam. So Ryan, on your sheet, there's a spell called Ritual. Do you see this?
I do.
It says when you draw upon a place of power to create a magical effect, tell the GM what you're trying to achieve. Ritual effects are always possible. If the GM will tell you, we'll give you 1 to 4 of the following conditions. We can say that one of those conditions are like, what is this? You can ask me to identify an item.
Well, no, it seems like those are all negative aspects. So I could just say, with my ritual, I'm trying to identify, and then you tell me
Yeah.
the negative thing about
And
it.
and then you'll roll that. We'll just make up a move right now. 1 to 6, you fail. You have no idea what it is. 7 to 9, you get one of the, or you understand a little bit about what it is and whether that's one effect or one extra. You can ask me one specific thing on if it's a weapon, how much damage does it do, et cetera, et cetera. And then on a 10 plus, you understand exactly what the item is. We'll just do that.
Okay.
That works
All
for
right.
me.
Do I roll plus int or something?
When you draw upon a place of power to create a magical effect, tell the GM what you're trying. Yes, we'll have you roll against int for
Okay.
identifying. That sounds good. If you want to do that now, you can.
10. I'm
Okay.
trying to identify the cloak.
I will message it to you, Ryan. You can. Are you going to share it with everyone? Or are you going to keep it to yourself?
You can message me. That'd be great.
Okay. Regardless, what are you guys doing as I'm telling Ryan what this cloak does?
I am suggesting to the party that we should go back to town and find out if perhaps this town is cursed, or, as I am worried, perhaps we are cursed.
If it is a curse to turn people into thin air, then please curse me over and over again.
I don't think that's it, because you and I touched people and they disappeared when Bongo was wearing the cloak.
And you tried to kill Kaitlyn as well.
I did not try
And
to
it didn't
kill
work.
Caitlyn.
Sorry,
Riley, I
it
figured was
just a
safe
hype.
with us. She is one of us. She is equally as cursed, or as... Well, I doubt this is actually a curse. These must
It's
be
not.
ghosts.
I hope it's not.
When the person that put his hand on the statue was putting the hand on the statue, it didn't really seem like he was touching anything. So he was a terrible mime. He was just deluded. They are the cursed ones, not us.
As you guys are talking amongst each
Wait a
other,
minute.
go ahead and do your wait a minute, and then I'll tell you what happens.
Guys, he said the king disappeared or died a year ago. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the king has been dead for a long time, no? Riley,
No,
you
we
know
kind
this.
of... See, I said he had died like 100 years ago or more, and then JP kind of changed it, so it was really recent. So I'm totally confused.
Wait, do we know when the king died, JP?
You guys know him to have died about a year ago.
Okay, so
Or
like, that
sorry,
wasn't-
about 100 years ago.
Okay, so when he said that he died a year ago, that was inconsistent with our worldview.
Yes.
Guys, I believe we are looking at the spirits of the dead from ages ago.
No, that's what we asked him what year it was. The other guy.
All right.
He-
As you're about to speak, you guys hear. It sounds like a couple horses. You don't know how many, but it just sounds like a shit ton of horses are riding their fastest to you
Couple
guys.
turned into a shitload.
I didn't know how to. Yeah. You hear the thunder of a huge amount of horses riding towards somewhere near you.
But we don't see anything.
Not yet.
Quick, let's get
let's-
into a house.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out. We run into a house.
Okay. As you guys are making your way across the field into a house, it seems to be about, I don't know, 100 or so feet away. You guys catch a glance to your right. There are probably about 100 or so horses, all black, with men on every single one wearing all black, riding towards the wagons that were on the road.
This
Quick,
doesn't
get
look good,
in.
guys.
You guys walk in.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are in the house, and the horses are getting closer and closer. Are you any of you like looking outside through any of the cracks? In the
Oh
wood,
yeah,
or-
I am absolutely watching the outside.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I start
Yeah.
looking around the house for like a back entrance or a cellar, and I'm like throwing things over, just looking for any backdoor exit.
Okay. Who is wearing the cloak at this point?
Me.
Ryan.
Okay. The horses, as you guys are looking through the cracks and taking, being able to see where they are coming, they are riding right up to the house. And as they get closer and closer, they slow their
step
pace and
outside of the
stop.
I walk out of the house.
Okay. You walk out of the house, you see all of these figures on these horses wearing, once again, solid black. The horses wearing solid black. Everything on these horses, whether it's the men and their clothing or the horses themselves, is just black.
Is this
Oh
like
my
a cape
God.
of a tracked enemy or something? Like,
No. I think there are servants. Servants!
You
I
see, as
raise a
you say,
hand.
as
say-
Dongo says servants, he looks. You see, like the one in the lead. He's wearing a pretty ornate looking mask, and he turns to you and he goes, "We do not serve you. We serve him."
pointing to me.
Excuse me, sirs. Why
We
are you
others,
here for us?
Actually,
And he goes, "Where is your brother?"
I come out of the house when I hear all this going on.
As you walk out, all of the men on the horses, they're riding 2 by 2. They either jump out to the left or to the right, and they all bow in unison as you walk out. And we'll take our first break.
Maybe we should have gone with
Sick.
gold.
I say tacky.
Maybe 53,000 gold is better than being king, huh?
We'll take our break. We'll come back in 3 minutes. I think we're going to go for 4 hours today, unless anyone is against that, and we'll decide in the break. But I think we're all good for going a little bit longer today. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll be right back.